Hi everyone, welcome to Fusion Flow Pilates' first YouTube video. I'm so excited to be starting this platform. We're going to be having a variety of Pilates workouts on here and also from a few different instructors that I will bring on as well. Today is going to be a 45-minute full body workout to kickstart the YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's inhale, prepare, and exhale, flow. All right, so just finding a standing position. We're gonna have your feet in a hip distance apart position, slight bend in those knees, and really relaxing those arms down by our side. Let's just take a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're gonna drop our ear down to our shoulder, and then we're gonna inhale, stack that head back on that spine. And again, exhale, other side. And inhale, return. Very good. So we're going to go for two more like this. Inhale, stack. Exhale, last one. And stacking tall. This time we're going to nod our chin down to our chest. So we're going to exhale, release the tension in the back of that neck. And then we're going to inhale, stack the head on top of that spine once again. Exhale, nodding down, and inhale, draw back. Final two, using that exhale to find a little bit more stretch and lengthen for the back of that neck each time. And last one. Very good. Now we're going to add both of those movements together. So we're going to go for a few neck rolls. Exhale, taking that ear down to the shoulder. This time we're rolling that neck all the way forward like we did before, and then we're going to inhale, find the other side. Exhale, rolling that neck, and inhale, really feel that opposite shoulder drawing down. Final two, and stretch, and final one. And we center that head. Very good. Let's go for a few shoulder rolls. So we're going to inhale, really reach those shoulders up towards the ears, and then squeeze the upper back as we roll the shoulders down. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, circle for two. Start thinking about your core and your pelvic floor engagement as well here. So drawing that belly button in towards that lower back and thinking about that zipping up of that center line. Now we're going to take the hands to the shoulders. Same thing. We now just draw big circles up with the elbows, and then we find that open for that chest. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale to circle. Also start thinking about the front body. So the rib cage shouldn't be flaring too much. Just really keep it nice and soft and relaxed. And we go last one, and we drop the arms down by our sides. We're just going to go into a few side bends now. So take a deep breath in. Now really feel that ear drop down to the shoulder still. We're just going to take that hand down to the knee, and we're going to inhale, reach back up. Exhale. Make sure we reach up and over as opposed to just crunching in that side body. So find that lift up and then bend over. Last one, or last two. And this is your last one. Releasing that tension. Very good. All right, let's go into a few roll downs. So same thing as we started before. We're going to exhale, nod that chin down. This time from here, we're going to start rolling through that spine vertebrae by vertebrae. Still keep the tension away from that neck, really shrugging the shoulders forward. We're going to take a deep breath in at the bottom, and exhale, draw that belly button in towards that lower back. Keep the chin nodding down to that chest, releasing that upper back, the neck, and that head is the last to stack. And again, exhale, nodding down. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, engaging that core and that pelvic floor as we roll up. Let's just go for two more. So getting that spine nice and warm. You want to imagine that you're up against an imaginary wall and you're peeling each vertebrae off that wall behind, one at a time. Take a deep breath in. And now as we peel up, imagine we have some Velcro on our spine and on that wall. And you want to just peel that Velcro back onto that wall. That's it. And let's just go for one more. Nodding that chin down. Rolling through the spine. Keep the knees nice and relaxed. No locking in those joints. Take a deep breath in. And we exhale, roll all the way up to standing. Very, very good. All right, so we're going to get the legs nice and warm now. So I'm going to turn side on and we're going to go into some lunges. So let's start with our right foot forward and our left toes back. Now make sure the left toes are tucked in a demi-point position. We're going to think about our pelvis staying really stable and those hips level. And like I've said before, I'm going to keep mentioning it because it's super important, that belly button to spine connection. So really drawing that belly button in. Let's just place our hands on our hips to begin. Keeping your eye gaze forward and that chin really parallel to the floor, shoulders pressing down away from the ears. We're going to inhale, bend through both legs evenly, and then we're going to exhale, press back up. Now really make sure that the supporting knee, so the front knee, is really tracking over those toes as we lower. We want to think about both legs staying nice and aligned. Keep that rib cage nice and soft. Inhale to lower, and then use that exhale on the force to press back up. Let's go for one more like this. Inhale, lower, and exhale, press. Now we're going to take our hands behind our head. Think about here, keeping the elbows nice and wide. So this time, same breath. We're going to inhale, lower, hold there as we exhale, twist the spine. Inhale, return, keeping the same lunge, and then exhale, press up. So a little bit of a challenge now. We've got that hold. So inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Now keep that head at the exact same height as we hold that hover, and then we use that exhale to press up. Final two like this. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Keep the shoulders drawing down. Inhale, we return. Exhale, we press up. Final one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. Let's finish with our pulses. 4, 8. Final push. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we press up. Very, very good. Stepping forward, just shaking those legs off. It's a really good warm up for those quads. And we're going to repeat to the other side. So left foot forward, right toes back. And we just start with our hands on our hips. Everything we thought about on that other side, we bring to this side. So inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Final two like this. And final one. Very good. Now we're going to take those hands behind the head. Keep the elbows wide, but just make sure that we're not finding this position. So really draw that front body in. This time we inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. Exhale, press up. And again. That's it. Final two, nearly there. Inhale, lower. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return. And we press up. Final one, keep that belly button drawing into that lower back. And we hold. Pulses to finish. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And we press up. Very good. Your legs should be nice and warm now. We're just going to step back to the back end of the mat now. And like we did before, we're going to take one roll down to find us on our mat. So taking a deep breath in, exhale, nodding down with that chin. And we are going to walk out to an all fours position. All right, so let's just keep the toes tucked. Most important thing in our all fours is that our shoulders are directly over our wrists and our hips are directly over our knees. So not too far back or forward. We want to really think about pressing out of those shoulders and just keep a slight bend in those elbows, just so we're not locking into the joints. And like always, belly button is zipping into that lower back. We're going to take a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to press our feet into that mat as we lift the hips and we find our downward dog position. And then very slowly with control, we inhale, lower back down. So always keep those abdominals connected and engaged. Exhale, we lift and lengthen, and we inhale to lower. Final two like this. Keep the shoulders drawing down, really lengthening through that lower back, all the way through the spine to the back of that neck. And last one, and we lower down. Now we're going to find a full plank position. So just might need to shimmy a little bit further up that mat. So really strong plank position here. So hips in line with that body and keep pressing out of those shoulders. Same thing, just from our plank. We're going to reach those hips up, lengthen through, and keeping the legs straight now, we just lower the hips down to our plank. We lift up and we lower. Last two. And last one. Very good. Now this one, we're going to draw our right knee into our chest and then we're going to step back. We're nearly there. Final push. Left knee draws in and we step back. Final two. I promise you're nearly there. Keep pushing. Final one. All right. Let's just go for our mountain climbers for 8, picking up the pace. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we lower the knees, untuck the toes, and find that child's pose position. So either lengthening those arms long, or you might just want to bring your arms down by your side, drop your forehead down, shrugging those shoulders forward. You might want to rock those hips from side to side a couple of times. And then when you're ready, rolling on up to a seated position. All right, we're going to go into a little bit of a leg series to get the hamstrings and the glutes fired up. So let's find a forearm position like so. Same thing, you want to make sure that your hips are over your knees. And we're actually going to start with our right leg extended long. Now make sure with the supporting hip that you haven't collapsed over it. That hip is directly over the knee. Take a deep breath in, keeping your belly button zipping up into that lower back. We exhale, lift our right leg, and we inhale, lower. Make sure we're not dropping the belly button down. You want to keep it zipped in towards that lower back, and then your leg should automatically lower down. So your leg shouldn't actually be able to get that high. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. For 3. Really keep the back of that neck long. 2. Holding no tension. Last one, hold up here. We're going to take little circles in towards the body for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse that direction for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Final 2 exercise. Let's flex our foot. Now keep your knee really lifted as we curl in, and we point through the feet as we extend the leg. We flex and curl, and we point and extend. 4, 4. Keep pressing out of those shoulders. 4, 3. Full body workout, so getting that upper body as well as those legs. Last one. Let's hold the curl, little pulses to finish. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw back in, and once again we find that child's pose position. A few deep breaths to gather that strength for the other side. And we are going to repeat. So like we said before, belly button keeps drawing into that lower back, and you really want to make sure that your pelvis is staying stable. So think of your hip bones having headlights on them, and you want to keep those hip bones down towards the mat. So also think no tilting of that pelvis, and you might want to think that there's an imaginary ball on your lower back, that if you were to tilt your hips, the ball would fall off. So keeping that lower back really stable. All right, so coming forward for the final time, we have our left leg extended long. Keep that form of the body. Take a deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And lift, lower. 4, 4, 3, 2. Last one. We hold. Circles in. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. Outwards. 4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We flex the foot as we curl the heel into the glute, and we point as we extend. Keep that knee lifted, no dropping. Really getting that hamstring and glute activated. 4, 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. We hold, pulses up, a little bit higher each pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Very, very good. Just take some time if you need, and then when you're ready, we're rolling on up to a seated position. Now we're going to transfer our legs in front, and just make sure we come a little bit forward onto our mat. We're going to go into a few roll downs now. So legs are bent, knees are really tracking over our toes, and once again your feet are in a hip distance apart position. Spine is really long. We're going to reach the arms forward. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to tuck your pelvis under. Same thing, belly button reaching into that lower back. Take a deep breath in at the bottom, and we're going to exhale, roll all the way up, stack that spine tall, and again exhale, tucking that pelvis under. Take a deep breath in to hold, and we exhale, roll on up. Final 2. Keep those shoulders drawing down. And final 1. We're going to hold down here. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to lift our right arm up to the sky or the ceiling, wherever you are. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Now same thing, but with those legs. So exhale, lift your right leg to tabletop. Inhale, lower. Really keeping the scoop of that front body. Exhale, left. Inhale, lower. 4, 2, And last one. Final push, arm and leg together. We lift up and we lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Final two, nearly there. And final one. Taking a deep breath in, and we're going to exhale vertebrae by vertebrae as slow as you can, rolling down to our mat. Very good. All right, let's bring the feet in a little bit closer towards the glutes, making sure that the feet are in that hip distance apart position, and same thing, the knees are tracking over the toes. Arms are down by our sides, and really press those arms in towards the mat. We're going to keep our pelvis in a neutral position, so make sure it's not tucking under or it's arching at the lower back. Just find that neutral ground in the middle, and like always, keeping that belly button connection to that lower back. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to lift the hips up high, keeping those knees in line with those feet, and we inhale, lower back down. Exhale, we lift, and inhale, we lower. Very good. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's go for 4 more. 4, 4, and lower. 4, 3, and 2. On this last one, we're going to hold up there in our bridge. The arms are really going to help you here, so press them into that mat. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to extend the leg up to the sky or ceiling, and then we're just going to unfold the leg, press it back down. Exhale, left leg reaches long, and inhale, press down. Keep those hips nice and high. Exhale, we extend. Inhale, we place back down. And last one, keeping that pelvis stable, pressing down, and we lower those hips. Very good. Let's just hug those knees in towards the chest. Few rocks from side to side with that pelvis. And then when you're ready, we're going to place the feet back down onto the mat. And we're just going to take our hands behind our head. So keep those elbows nice and wide. We're going to think about now our pelvis being in that imprinted position. So now, instead of having it neutral with that little gap from the mat to the lower back, you want to think about gluing your lower back down to the mat, so you have a slight tuck of your pelvis under. And I really want you to think of maintaining this position all the way throughout this abdominal series as we go on. So taking a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to find our abdominal curl, keeping the space between the chin and the chest, back of that neck long, and we're going to inhale, lower the head back down. And when we do lower, make sure once again we don't flare the ribs. So we want to keep the front body really relaxed and that imprint. Exhale, lift. Inhale to lower. 4, 2. Inhale, lower. And last 1. And we lower back down. Very good. Now we're going to add that single leg lift. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as we abdominal curl. The right leg lifts to tabletop. And on the inhale, we keep the tuck of the pelvis under as we lower the head and that leg. Once again, right leg lifts. Inhale, lower. Exhale. 2. Inhale, lower. Last one. We're going to hold that right leg where it is. We're going to exhale, extend. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, extend, and draw in. 4, 2, and 1. Very good. We lower the head. We now extend the leg all the way up to the ceiling as we had in those développés in our bridge. Take a deep breath in, exhale, we find our abdominal curl. Final exercise, we now lower a straight leg and we lift it up. We lower down and we lift. Keep that really high abdominal curl. Final 2. Final 1. And we take that right foot and head down. Now we're going to repeat that to the other side. So as we abdominal curl, we lift our left leg to tabletop now. Exhale, lift. And inhale, press back down. Exhale. And inhale. Really make sure that the abdominal curl is coming from that exhale and those abdominals pulling you up. Making sure that those hands are really light behind that head and they're only there as a small assist. Now holding up here, we exhale, extend, inhale, draw in, exhale, extend, and draw in. 4, 2, and last one. Lowering that head, extending that leg, take a deep breath in, exhale, find that abdominal curl, and we finish with a straight leg lowering and lifting, staying high. Final 3 and 2 and last one, and we lower down. Very, very good. Let's just extend both legs, interlace your hands, and we're just going to give those abdominals a little bit of a lengthen after quite a long abdominal series. And then when you're ready, let's take our arms down by our side. We're going to finish strong with a few single leg bridges. So let's find the same position we had prepped before, and we're just going to maintain our right leg lengthened long up to the sky or that ceiling. Now make sure your left foot or your heel is really drawn close in towards that left glute. And once again, pressing the arms by our sides. Taking a deep breath in, we're going to exhale, lift our hips up, inhale, lower, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Last 2, last one. We hold up here. Now like we did before, now in our bridge, we lower the leg in line with the opposite knee and we lift. We lower and lift. Keep those hips high. Final 2. Final 1. Keep that leg extended. Take those pulses to finish. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we lower. Very good. Take that right leg down. Make sure that's really close to your glute now. And we extend our left leg up. Just repeating to this side, and I promise we'll have a glute and hamstring stretch coming up afterwards. So push through. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Make sure this supporting knee isn't wobbling. You want it directly over that right foot and lower. 4, 2. Last one, we hold up here. We lower that leg and we lift. We lower and lift. Keep those arms pressing into that mat. Final 2. Final 1. We pulse it out. Lift a little bit higher on that pulse each time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Very, very good. All right, let's find that glute and hamstring stretch as promised. Just placing your hands onto your hips just to make sure that we can keep that pelvis really stable. And we're going to have our right leg in tabletop with a flex in our foot. On your exhale, we're going to extend that leg up and relax through that leg. Finding that hamstring stretch, really extending through the back of the knee. And if you have found that straight position, you might just want to give a little pulse before we then bend back in. Final 2. Using that breath to help you, always exhaling to find a little bit more space and length. Final 1. Now keeping the flex of this foot, we're just going to fold it over and find our glute stretch. So make sure we've squared our hips and shoulders up. You can either stay here if this is enough of a stretch, or we can start to reach our hands to the back of that left leg. But really make sure that you keep that flex in the right foot just to protect the alignment of this knee, because we don't want any twisting through that area. And a really important thing to think about here as well is the position of our pelvis. So if we tucked our pelvis under to bring our legs closer in, I really want you to think about keeping your legs where they are. It's a really small movement here. All you need to do is just tilt that pelvis back to that neutral position, and that will naturally give you a little bit more of a stretch. And then from there, keeping that position of the pelvis, you can lightly tug on those legs to pull in a little bit closer. And let's repeat that all to the other side. Hands on our hips, left leg to tabletop with a flex. We exhale, extend, and we inhale, bend. Exhale, extend, and bend. Final 2. Final 1. All right, let's fold it over. Same thing as the other side. Staying here or finding a little bit more of a stretch. Also make sure that your head is weighted into the mat. Your shoulders are drawing down to the mat, but also away from the ears. And like we said before, that pelvis is nice and grounded into the mat, into the floor, and pressing down to that neutral position as we pull those legs a tiny bit closer in towards the chest, using that exhale to help you. That's it. And we take those legs down. All right, we're gonna find a side lying position. So let's start on our right hand side. I'm gonna face you guys just so you can see my position. We're going to have both legs straight, stacked on top of each other, and really make sure that your shoulders and your hips are also stacked on top of the bottom shoulder and hip. Make sure you're keeping that space from that waist to the mat, and you just have your hand in front of your body to make sure we're not shifting forward and back. Squeezing those legs together, I want you to think that there's an imaginary piece of paper in between your inner thighs, and you really want to keep that piece of paper nice and sturdy between those legs. Let's take a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're going to lift both legs up. Make sure your ankle bones, your knees, and your inner thighs stay connected, and inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. That's it. Make sure that head is nice and weighted into that right arm. We lift for 4. Exhale for 3. Exhale 2. On this last one, we're going to hold up here. Make sure once again your belly button is squeezing in towards your lower back. On your exhale, we're going to lift our top leg just off that bottom leg, but keep that bottom leg lifted, and we lower. Exhale, lift. Tiny movement here. Keep both legs in parallel. Final 2. And final 1. Now keep the top leg where it is. We're just going to inhale, lower the bottom leg, and exhale, squeeze that bottom leg up to that top lifted leg. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 4, 2. Last one. Keep that squeeze of the legs. We're going to take little pulses to finish. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Keep that squeeze and that lift. Final push, hold. Static hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. You should have really felt it through that left oblique. Now let's press ourselves up onto our forearm. This time we're gonna have both legs bent, and make sure your feet are in line with those glutes. And you just wanna make sure that your supporting shoulder isn't over that elbow. So make sure it's directly over the elbow, but not too far over this way. Keeping that lift of the waist, taking a deep breath in. On your exhale, we're gonna lift those hips up, and we're gonna inhale, lower them down. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Final 2 like this, and final 1. Now as we lift the hips, we're gonna open this top leg to a clam position. Just make sure that we're not rocking the hips back. So we exhale, lift, and we inhale, lower with control. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now just know you can also do this in a side lying position, just going in with those clams if you need it a little bit more down 1 notch. And this time we're gonna hold. We're just gonna go into those clams, holding that hip lift if you can for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one, we're gonna hold that knee lifted, little pulses to finish. Tiny movements with that knee back, keeping the pelvis still. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we close back down. Let's press ourselves up. We're gonna find our mermaid stretch on this side. So your right leg is bent in front, left leg is bent behind, really lifting through our body. We're gonna start with our left arm reaching up. Remember, we reach up before we go over, no crunching in that side. Exhale, bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower. Also really make sure that your sit bones are really grounded into that mat. We lift our right arm now, bending over to the other side. Lifting up, and we lower. Now, unfortunately, we have to do that to the other side, but that's the last time. So let's finish strong with our side lying series and then up on our forearm. So I'm just going to keep facing forward, but you can roll onto the other side if you would like. Both legs are straight, shoulders and hips stacked, really lifting through that underneath side, squeezing the legs together. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 4, 6, and 5, 4, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we hold up. Really keep this front hand pressing into the floor. We lift top leg for 4, 4, 3, 4, 2. Last one. Now we work with our bottom. We lower down and we really squeeze for 3, for 2. Keep that belly button really drawing into that lower back. Last one. We hold that squeeze, tiny pulses, 4, 8. Lift a little bit higher each time, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Final push. Keep that height of the last pulse. Hold for 8, 7, still position, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we relax. Very good. All right, final time. We're gonna find that forearm position, but like I said before, you can stay in that side lying position and just go into your normal clams. Feet in line with your glutes, top hand on your hip. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. 2 more like this, and then we add on. Keeping the shoulders and hips stacked, pressing out of this supporting shoulder. Make sure it's directly over that elbow. Now we add that clam. So think about the coordination here, making it a really smooth movement. So really finding that flow, no jerky movements. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. 4, 2. Last one. We hold, we go into our clams. 4, 4, keeping that lift. 4, 3, if you can. 4, 2, you're nearly there. Last exercise, take those pulses back. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we lower. All right, let's find that mermaid stretch to the final side. Left leg forward, right leg back. We take a deep breath in as we reach our right arm. Exhale, find that space. Sit bones drawing down, and we raise up. We reach up, we bend over, we lift, and we lower. Lovely work. All right, let's find a cross-legged position on our mat. Now, getting nice and comfortable, just making sure the sit bones are really evenly weighted into the mat. And we're just gonna close down our eyes, really being mindful of all the sounds around you. Keeping your spine nice and long, chest open, and that eye gaze forward, really presenting yourself out to the world. And think about really shining light out of that body. Just really scan down your body all the way through from the head to your toes. And if you're finding any points of tension still, I just want you to take a few deep breaths to release those points. So remember, your exhale is really going to help just drop and release that tension. And also just thank your body for taking the time to move. And we're going to take one more deep breath in and exhale, release, and just gently opening up the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on the first class of Fusion Flow Pilates YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting a video or a workout every week, so make sure you stay tuned and there'll be more flowing to come. So thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.